Hi everyone!
Hello!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
We're back. January's been busy, hasn't it, babe?
It has.
But now we're back with some more Doctor Who content. Today, we are here to talk about the church on Ruby Road. And yes, I know it's come and gone. It's been a while, but we finally got around to having some time to talk about this. Yeah, it's more of a discussion. It's not really a professional review. I mean, I say professional review. There's some reviews
What
which
is
are...
a professional review?
Well, you look at someone like IGN. They review video games and movies and stuff, and some of them slate them, and yet they still give them a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Very strange, isn't it?
How very odd.
Yeah. We're not like that, so...
We're not rating it, are we?
No.
We're just going to discuss.
No. Well, the thing is, I used to rate my videos back in the day. Like, I used to rate stories, Doctor Who episodes and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I realised it's more... You know, it's a bit outdated. I don't really do that on my channel. My sort of style has changed, you know. And this is a sort of new style of video because, yeah, it's not really a review. It's just more, we're going to talk shit about our favourite programme.
Talk shit about shit.
Well, if that's how you feel about the episode, well...
I don't.
Well, we'll have to stay tuned to see how we both feel about this. We've got a few things here and there. Before we start, though, there's just a couple of things I want to say. I've already said Happy New Year to you, so I hope you've all had a great Christmas and a great New Year. But also, the day we're filming this is the 20th of January, 2024, and it is Tom Baker's birthday.
Wow.
90 years old today.
Happy birthday,
So,
Tom.
Happy birthday, Tom. Great man. You're yet to see Tom
man.
Baker.
Should be given a knighthood.
Yeah, well...
I was discussing with you earlier.
Yeah. We'll have to see whether he gets a knighthood or not, unless he has already been offered it and he might have refused it. Which,
unlikely.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised me if he did.
He's
I don't
very
know.
modest.
I guess so, but I don't know. Maybe he's just not been offered it. But if he's not been offered it, then he should be offered it. In terms of our marathon, because if you've watched previous videos where we've reacted to the 6th specials, you may have noticed we mentioned a couple of times we've been doing marathoning. I think at the time
we were still in Hartnell.
We were still like at the back end of Hartnell.
Yeah.
Oh, back end of Hartnell. That sounds bad, doesn't it? Moving on. We're now in the Troughton era.
Wow.
But we're not in the back end of Troughton.
No, but we are mostly watching animations.
It's mostly being animated. We've just finished season 4 with The Eve of the Daleks, which I think you like. I
really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're now on the Tomb of the Cybermen, which is something which I reviewed last year.
Jamie's underrated.
Well, I wouldn't say he's underrated. No, a lot of fans, they do like Jamie.
Well, he's great.
They say he's one of the greats.
He is.
He's like A tier, S tier companion. You know, he's one of the great ones.
He is great.
And you know, you'll see a bit more of him than season 5 and stuff. So there's plenty of that to look forward to. But anyhow, enough of all that shit. Today we're going to talk about modern day Doctor Who. New
Who?
No, it's not New Who. It's not New Who.
Yeah, but it should be.
It's New Who.
It's so unnecessary.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. You know, season. You know, it's not season 1. Who the fuck came up with that? Season 1.
Well, probably RTD, and you really like him.
I think it's Disney. Fucking Disney.
Could be Disney. Disney be doing that. So,
but yeah,
where would you like to begin?
The church on Ruby Road. I've got a few notes for this, babe. So we're going to have a look at a few notes, because us two rewatched this Christmas special, because we couldn't watch it together, because, you know, we were with our families and stuff.
Very sad. But,
yeah,
when we rewatched it together, we noticed a few extra things.
My first thing, I'll say, from my personal experience, I watched it with my parents. I bloody liked it.
Me too.
Yeah, that was the first watch. But having watched it again with you, there's a few things that I noticed, and I'm gonna say it. I didn't like it as much the second time. Now that doesn't mean
Inconsistencies.
that doesn't mean to say I don't like the story.
That's true. I like it too, but there was a few things where I was like,
So, shall we talk about the inconsistencies? We might as well get this out of the way now.
Yeah.
Right. So, obviously, the whole big thing about this, obviously, it's Ncuti Gatwa's first full story as the 15th Doctor.
We love Ncuti.
Yeah, we love Ncuti. We'll get that right off the bat. We love Ncuti. Millie Gibson makes her debut as Ruby. And the thing that we didn't get, unless we're really stupid or something, how come is it Ruby's birthday along with the other baby in the story, Lulu?
Yeah, because let's just go back to the fact that she was put on a church step on Christmas Eve. Fine.
Yeah, fine.
It's incredibly unlikely that she was a newborn. And how would they know that anyway?
I guess, like, if she was a few days old...
She should be a few days old, which means that means that wouldn't be her birthday.
Yeah.
And also, if the person that dropped her on the steps is her mother...
Did they literally just give birth to her and be like, right, I'm going to drop her off
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it like, I mean, could a woman that's just given birth be able to walk down the road and drop a baby off?
Well, no,
Unless that's not even her mum.
Well, this is it, isn't it? And they couldn't trace the parents. This must be something they're going to come back to at some point.
She's an alien. Anyway, aside from that, the fact that then Lulu is brought in on the 24th.
Well, really, it'd make more sense if it was the 22nd, but yeah.
Yeah, because again, it's like, oh, okay, if that's her birthday, is she a year old? And that was her birthday last year? Or... You know, was she actually born that day and the parent just went, oh, I can't cope here and have the baby on the same day? Like,
yeah,
it's not really their birthday, is it?
Yeah. I mean,
doesn't really make sense.
The whole adoption thing, like, it plays a big part into it. And I like how...
Now, if they said that the 24th was the foundling day or the day they were given up,
yeah,
or the day they were adopted, then that would make sense. But to say that it's their birthday, it's just unlikely.
Yeah, I think they just maybe a couple of lines here and there needed changing. Just say like they were a foundling or they were adopted on this day, and then you make do with that. The adoption thing, though, I think it's a big part of the story because obviously with Ruby, she's adopted.
So is the Doctor, sort of.
And the Doctor's adopted, and I like
adopted
that whole
or
idea.
Stolen?
Well, the Doctor's a foundling. So they've
Jodie made it sound like the child had been stolen and she had no right to do so.
Yeah. But again, we're getting this timeless child stuff. And I've got to be honest, I'm quite on board with the whole thing. We're not ignoring all of the stuff that
I've always been on board with the timeless child.
Well, it's whether you're on board with it or not, because a lot of people hate it and a lot of people have abandoned Doctor Who because of it.
Shame.
Which is a bit...
Shame.
Well, it's up to them if they want to do that. But it's something which I personally felt was an interesting concept, but it never really got built upon, and there was nothing really conclusive from that era. At the end of it, it just sort of got brushed aside. The only other thing I can say is like there was that fob watch that got put into the core of the TARDIS, and then that was it.
I don't. If they tried to resolve that entire thing in one season or even one episode, then it would have been stupid. The fact that there is now space for it to grow and develop and be told is better.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been at least more of a better development though in that era.
Jodie needed time to process, I think.
Yeah. So, that's just my opinion. But
moving on.
Some of the dialogue in this, there was some very good dialogue in this, but there was a few things that we felt, because you said the same as me, we felt it was a little bit iffy. So
It's a
when
bit unlikely.
when Ruby and the Doctor, obviously they met first in the nightclub from that little scene, which was fine. But when they meet again, when they're on the rope ladder, when they're going up to the spaceship,
Doctor says, "What's your name?"
and then she goes, "Oh, my name is Ruby Sunday."
Now,
I'm like,
when-
who does this to a
when-
stranger?
When in your entire life
Hmm?
has a stranger asked you your name when you've said your full name? You don't. You
Never.
just say your first name.
You
or
only
not
do it
even.
if you're like talking to someone like professionally, like if it's like a job
Yeah,
interview
you don't just
or
suddenly say your
you know.
full name. That's just weird.
Yeah, saying it to a stranger out in the
You just say
oh,
your
up
first
in the sky.
Up in the sky. I don't know. It just felt a bit weird.
Yeah, and then there's like when she looks at the goblin on the rooftop and she's like, "Oh, did you just hiss at me?" Like I wouldn't be saying things like that. I'd be basically going like, I know it's
What the heck is that?
because it's Doctor Who. Yeah, that's what we say. Although in reality, we wouldn't be saying what the heck is that. We'll be saying
What the feck is that?
close enough. This story introduced another new sonic screwdriver.
It's not very screwdrivery shaped, is it? For me, it's just the shape. I love the design of the symbols, the Gallifreyan symbols in the centre. I love
It's
the
got
translation
Rwandan
and
symbols
love
as well,
that.
which is Ncuti Gatwa.
I just think the shape's a little bit odd.
It's not a screwdriver, is it?
It's a palm stone
They should have just called it like a sonic
device.
or a sonic something. Don't call it a screwdriver. It doesn't need to be a screwdriver.
Yeah, if you
Not every doctor used a fucking sonic
if
screwdriver.
you're going to change the shape that drastically, then you probably should
just
change
call
the
it
name.
something else. You know.
Did they think no one would notice?
I mean, it looks really cool.
It is cool. I don't dislike it. It's not a screwdriver.
When inevitably character options who do all the toys.
Yeah.
When they, I mean, I get.
You want
it depends.
You want Tennant's more.
Right. To be honest, I much prefer the 14th Doctor's Sonic.
It is pretty.
It's very OP because it uses all those fucking.
Do you think he can still do the screens with this palm
Oh,
stone?
maybe we'll find out in series 14.
Those screen, yeah.
Not
thank
season
you.
1.
Thank you. No, the screens and the shields still.
Yeah, and like the little
wow.
the little screens with little maps on it and stuff. You know, I hope it still does that because I quite like that.
OP though.
It is OP, but you know, it can't do everything.
Can't do wood.
Still can't do wood, it seems. The shape of it's wrong. It's not a fucking screwdriver. Come on. It's more of just.
Maybe they're questioning the abstract of what is a screwdriver.
What is gravity?
What?
Oh, sorry. What is mavity?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That's a mistake there.
Yeah, big mistake.
Next. Right. The next thing that we like to talk about is the infamous Goblin Song.
Harrowing. Have you heard the words?
It's very cheerful, isn't it?
In a very dark kind of way.
I mean, the sound of it's very cheerful, but the lyrics, oh God.
Oh my.
Yeah, they want to eat the babies.
Well, here's my thing. There's like 1 billion goblins there, right?
Right.
And the king.
Yeah.
And one tiny little morsel of baby.
Mm.
And they're all like, we're gonna eat the baby. And it's like, no. You think, the king's gonna inhale that in one.
The thing is...
What are the rest of them gonna eat? There's not enough to go around.
To be honest with you, babe, I don't think it's very original. I don't think the idea is original. Because this idea is borrowed heavily from your favourite film, is it not?
Oh, we're going to talk about The Labyrinth now.
We are.
I love The Labyrinth.
That has a Goblin King.
The inspiration, yeah, but he didn't want to eat the baby. He just wanted to have an heir.
Yeah. But, you know, like the Goblin King in this, David Bowie had a bulge in that film as well.
The Goblin King in Ruby Road is a bulge. It just is a big bulge.
Yeah. And can we just talk about the fact how it gets ended as well? It gets impaled through a fucking church spire. Like, oh shit. I mean,
Brutal.
if I've got a complaint about it, like, if they really wanted to go for it, they should have had, like, a lot of blood spewing everywhere, but they probably
graphic.
thought it's too much. The ghost of Mary Whitehouse will come back to haunt the BBC, and all the complaints were made. For context, if you don't know who Mary Whitehouse is, she's someone who complained about Doctor Who all the time.
Oh, was it too
It was too scary and all of that, and then you'll
In what era was this?
Tom Baker era.
Oh wow.
You know, surprise, surprise.
So, Ncuti can kind of sing.
Yeah, that was a surprise because obviously before the story came out, we had a preview of the song.
Yes.
Now, some people
With
don't
some
like the
like that.
song. I like the song.
I like it. I just
It's harrowing.
think it's...
When you really listen to the word, you think, shit, it's really harrowing. The singer who sings it in real life, I think she's a good singer, who plays Janice Goblin.
Oh, that was a thing. The Goblin singing voices were far too human. They were. I needed them to be more Goblin sounding. They weren't alien enough.
What if it's
It
the
was-
TARDIS? What if it's the TARDIS translation circuits? But then again...
Maybe. I mean, all the rest of them were going... Meh.
Then
So it just, like, could it have not just been a little bit more...
The thing is, it's Doctor Who. There's shitloads of inconsistencies. We could pick it apart for donkey's
Okay,
years.
but it just was a bit too human.
You take someone like the Judoon, right?
Judoon.
The Judoon, the Rhino Boys. They, you know, they don't go all around. Oh, hello.
Hello there.
Hello there. I'm going to investigate you now.
Yeah.
You know, they sound like very bulkish, but then you get the Wraith
They were
Wrath Warriors.
very
They're like,
British.
hello,
Very
what
human.
hunting for? Beat the meat. Beat the meat. Yeah. They want to make the meat into meat.
Meeps meat.
Yeah. And then Meep goes fuck off because it's Miriam Margolyes and she always says.
I was going to quote her, but maybe I shouldn't say that.
Oh no, go for it.
I'm not
Go
gonna
for
say
it. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can go for it. I'm pretty sure people have heard it before.
Oh, well,
I'll do it if
you
you
do
want.
it then.
You fucking cunts!
To be fair, I do love that word. It's such a great word.
I'm going to rule the stars, Doctor!
It doesn't need that much hate, that word.
No.
Now, yeah, I was surprised that they can sing, but also let's not forget that The Labyrinth was a musical, and that's another thing that has inspired. Yeah, we've got the Goblin King, we've got the singing, we've got the baby. It's all just pretty great because I love that film.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time with you recently, just before the story came out, and I enjoyed it. It was a load of good fun. So, now...
You remind me of the baby.
Yeah, you're a real nerd, aren't you?
Yeah, especially for that film.
Right.
Next.
Thoughts on Ruby's family?
Lovely. Delightful. Lovely people.
You know who I really loved in this story?
Cherry?
Cherry.
Yeah, me too.
All she wanted was a cup of tea.
tea.
And also the mother. The one who plays Ruby's foster mother, who still is a foster carer. She's taken care of a lot of
33, was it?
something like that. 30-something children, and
She's a good actor.
she's really good because
You
when
can
you get
see
that bit
that
in the middle
contrast.
when everything goes wrong and you
Yeah.
get the cracks in the ceiling and like the timelines are sort of split, and then
And
she's
Ncuti-
completely different.
Ncuti cried.
Yeah.
Ncuti's not afraid to express emotion.
Ncuti-
Ncuti's a healed person.
Ncuti is just really great in these scenes, but I mean, he's great throughout the whole story, really. He's like the highlight. And sometimes when you get a new Doctor, I don't know if you've found this in your own experience with like the others since you started watching it, But have you ever felt like it's taking you a while to get used to a new Doctor?
Yes.
Yeah, which is fine. You know, it's natural if you take a while.
Yeah.
With this one, though, I feel like right off the bat, he's the Doctor. I just feel like, yeah, this is the Doctor.
Maybe it's because of the way that he was brought in. It was different.
Or with the bi-generation and stuff. Well, if we ignore the bi-generation, like pretend that never happened and just pretend, no, this is the first time we see him, I think like just off this episode alone, it's a really great performance. I feel like his performance, and I feel like the writing, although as we've said, it's a little bit clunky in parts of this, in terms of the dialogue and stuff, I feel like Doctor Who has that confidence again. It doesn't feel like, oh, we could do this, but we're not going to do it. Or
They're just doing it.
Yeah, I feel like all of that sort of shit started with Moffat. I mean, don't even get me started with that. It was like, oh, I'm going to give you an A. I'm going to give you a B. How's this going to turn out? Oh, I'm going to give you Z instead. That was my shitty impression of Moffat, by the way.
All right. Okay. All right then.
But I don't know if you get this feeling. Like I just feel like since the 60th special, since it's come back, I know it sounds like I'm preaching for RTD.
He's not holding back. He's just writing the things he wants to write. Yeah. He's sending the messages he wants to send.
It feels like they're going for it, doesn't it? And I feel like Ncuti's performance, like it translates through his performance, and I feel like it translates through the majority of the rest of the cast. What's your thoughts on Ruby as a character?
I'm very neutral on her at the moment. I think she's okay.
I think she's okay.
I definitely don't dislike her like I do some other companions that won't be named.
Well, no.
I think she has potential, but I'm not like I'm just neutral. I haven't made. She's not done anything to make me love her yet, but she has potential.
I think like
Doggo's got up.
Hello, Rue.
This is our Reuben.
I think from. Hello. This is when he gives his thoughts, and he's just banged me in the head. Oh, he's off now. See you later, Rue.
Bye, Rue.
I think like just from this episode alone, if we just judge.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah, she's
she
fine.
She can kind of sing as well.
Yeah, she's fine. I think that she was very okay with a lot of the stuff that went down. Like, I would be like, what the hell's going on? She was quite
chill and didn't really question
I mean, there was
anything.
a little bit of, thinking like, what's going on?
She figured out that the Ncuti was, like, well, the Doctor was a time traveller without much help. She's quite smart.
Yeah. But I think that's all down to Ncuti being a very open doctor. He doesn't seem to be one that keeps all the secrets. There'll be some secrets that he'll, keep close to his chest. Because I think the Doctor Who's always been like that. The Doctor always keeps secrets, like no matter what incarnation they are.
I don't think Ncuti's going to do that so much, though.
The problem I had with the Jodie era is Jodie at times felt like very closed off, and I never felt like we had a total progression of her. Maybe a little bit, but I never felt...
You mean like an arc?
Yeah, I never felt like we got an overarching theme, and I never got that satisfaction. It felt the same with Jodie, which is fine, because like a lot of what Jodie did was very quirky, and, she gave her own spin on it, and I thought, it's fine. It's not really down to her at the end of the day. It's down to the writer who comes up with these ideas.
She did amazing with what she was given.
But you look at Eccleston, he had his arc, and that was all done in one series. And then you look at Tennant, he had a number of arcs. Well, yeah,
over many years.
Over 2 incarnations. And then Matt Smith, he had a few arcs, and then Capaldi, he had a few.
Oh, I love Capaldi's arc. I think Capaldi's arc's my favourite, actually.
There you go, you heard it here, guys. We have a Capaldi lover, and why not? I love Capaldi as well. With Jodie, I never felt that.
Yeah.
With this Doctor, obviously, we don't know what
I think there'll be one.
His arc's going to be, whether it's like a continuation.
He just goes around healing the universe because he's a healed person now.
Yeah. Or it could be a continuation of like the timeless child.
I love this,
fall
like...
out of flux, things
but
like that.
I'm so in love with this message of, like, you know, happy, sort of healed, like, healthy mental health awareness and acceptance type.
I mean, we saw it in The Giggle. You know, he's hugging his former incarnation.
That's what Doctor Who is going... That's the direction I think it's going in, and I think it's so wholesome. And I think it's what we need right now.
It feels fresh, doesn't it? I feel it feels fresh as well, and it doesn't feel like, oh, this isn't Doctor Who either. I felt like oh, I'm watching a good episode of Doctor Who, and what I really love about this is we finally have this back on Christmas Day. I feel like the last few years it's not been the same, not having it over the Christmas period.
I miss that.
All right, we've had it a New Year, which is just as good, I guess. But there's just something about having it on Christmas Day. You know, you get up in the morning.
It's like one of your presents. It's one of your presents.
It's one of the presents. It's like, oh yeah, I'm getting Doctor Who. You know, I'm going to have Christmas dinner, get a bit pissed, and then we're going to watch an episode of Doctor Who.
Chocolate all day.
Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter because, you know, it's Christmas Day. You're with your family. You're having a good time, and that's the main thing, isn't it? Mm. And this is one of those Christmas specials I really felt that we got that, and a lot of that is down to Ncuti performance and the take of the Doctor that they seem, just going off this episode and part of The Giggle, like if we just take those in isolation, this seems to be the take that Russell T Davies is going for with this new generation for Doctor Who, which I'm all for, because I think we've had all of the trauma parts through various incarnations for various reasons.
This is the era of healing.
This is the heal Doctor. However, what I will say is, I reckon, and this is speculation time, I reckon at some point, whether it be in season 1 or series 14, something will happen, and I think
this is the thing, right?
Shit
Just
will hit the
because
fan.
you've been able to heal doesn't mean that the bad things don't happen and things don't come up, but it means that you're able to deal with them in a more healthy sort of way.
Yeah.
But at some point, Ncuti will have to deal with the timeless child stuff.
Well, whether it be Ncuti, it might not even be Ncuti. It might be
Doctor will have to deal with it at some point, and hopefully they'll be able to deal with it with a healthy mind and a heart.
70th anniversary, guys.
What's next on your list?
Next on the list, right? We've talked about Ncuti. We've talked about Ruby. You know, I mean, Ruby's fine. The resolution of the story. I mean, we've sort of briefly mentioned it. The whole thing with the spire, all of that jazz. It was fun, wasn't it? The resolution, you know, how the Doctor uses the Mavity gloves to bring the ship down.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool how he did that. Very good fun. I know there might be a lot of discourse over how the king got killed, but ignoring all of that, how come is the woman, after all of this shit happening...
It's got to have taken at least like 20 minutes, right?
And yeah.
She's still walking down the road when he's finished.
Yeah, well, even 5 minutes, she wouldn't be just that far away.
Especially if she wanted to, like, ditch and run.
Yeah. And what's that all about?
She shouldn't still be walking away. That's ridiculous. And why didn't he go after her?
Well, I think this is going to get revisited.
It will. He's probably round the corner in another TARDIS in the future, and he just goes, hello.
Well, hopefully we find that out. Maybe that's one of the plot threads for the upcoming series, like, who is Ruby, what's her true identity, what's her origins, who's her parents. Because for all you know, it could be someone we know.
Like Miss Flood.
And that's a fucking great segue, because that was the next point I had.
I think it could have been. Maybe that's her
right. One thing I was going to criticise about the episode, but then it got turned on its head right at the very end.
Yeah.
Is how
she
come
broke the fourth wall, James?
How come is this old lady so chill about this TARDIS?
She looked into the camera, James.
She looked into the camera, and then it was like, oh, Shit, she knows what a TARDIS is.
Is she the Ronnie?
Well, we might as well say it's the Rani because
I hope
you
so.
know,
I've been waiting for the Ronnie to come back through all of New Who.
it's ever since people started the rumours, oh, the Rani's coming back, Omega's coming
but
back.
they said
Every year they
said
say
that
this.
every time. That's
Every
why...
year they're saying this.
It would be cool if she was, though. I'd love for the Ronnie to come back.
Yeah.
Where is she?
Well, Rani's not been seen.
She is too smart to have perished in the Time War. Way too smart.
Well, she was a renegade, just like the Master, so you never know. It's plausible.
She's smarter than the Master and the Doctor put together.
What I just love about it is it's just like, oh yeah, there it is. It's the Rani. It's just like
All Ruby's
because of that, it won't be. What if it's just someone new? Like it could be Ruby's mama. It could be someone new. It could be a new villain. It could be the boss.
The boss.
It could be the one who
Luke's
waits.
boss.
The one who waits.
Yeah.
She could be part of the Toymakers Legions.
She literally was sat outside of her door waiting.
So she was waiting. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, what old woman sits outside in the cold on Christmas?
Yeah, yeah. There you go. You heard it here first. There we go. Stay tuned for more videos right here because we've got this speculation queen right here who can come up with all the theories, all the fan theories right here. Okay.
I'm good at guessing.
Thank you very
things,
much.
That's sure. I'm good at guessing.
Yeah. Well, I've guessed a few things. I sort of guessed the Master was in the 60th. I mean, I wasn't far off. It was a gold tooth.
I mean, I really thought there was going to be a flashback of John Sim or something, but I'm
We got
quite
his
pleased
laugh.
with what we got.
We got his laugh along with various other incarnations. So
Cool,
you know,
Missy was in there.
yeah, Missy was definitely in there, and I'd be up for Missy coming up again against Ncuti because I think that would be mad.
You recently saw Michelle Gomez in a different light, didn't you?
Rue, what
That
you
was
doing?
Ruben. He just bonked the table.
What you're moving the camera for, Rue? You want our attention? Right, we're going to be wrapping up soon. Don't worry.
Yes,
okay.
you've seen Michelle Gomez in a different
Yeah.
light recently.
Fuck off.
Green
Yeah,
Wing.
Green Wing. She's really great.
Excellent.
In that. I mean, she's really
She
great.
doesn't age. She's just hot.
She's great in Doctor
She's just hot.
Who. I mean, I can't disagree. Right, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
We're just briefly going to talk about the Series 14 or Season 1 taster. On YouTube it says Season 1, so I guess we're going to have to call it Season 1, aren't we?
We're always going to double barrel that now.
Yeah.
Always.
Although I can just go all the way and go, Season 40. just be a dick.
Truth.
Just be a dick and say it's Season 40, because if you count all the series up since Hartnell, that's what we're beyond now.
Yeah.
It was a very brief taster, wasn't it? What we got
Yeah,
at the end.
the thing I noticed the most was the amount of costume changes for the Doctor.
Well,
Yeah,
we knew about this.
Yeah, I know, but I love that when he changed his hair as well. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
It looks like we're getting a Beatles episode.
Yeah! Bring the Beatles back from Hartnell times!
We've got Jinx Monsoon.
Mm.
We've got this weird alien thing that...
That's the definition of every Doctor Who episode, isn't it?
No, but it's got like it opens up. You know, it's like it's got like this... And then it must eat people or something.
Maybe. Another
Yeah.
absorber.
It's just another absorbal offer. It's another Goblin King or some shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's a ton of other stuff in there. There's like a couple of lines about how there's things from outside of this universe, which is quite interesting. So I wonder if that's like a fallout of using the salt at the edge of the universe.
There might be more consequences for that.
Yeah, this could be part of the
If you can let
Toymakers
the
Legions.
Toymaker in, then you can let other things in too.
Yeah, so it's very interesting.
Once again, Tennant fucked it.
I'm quite looking forward to the new season because it's the first proper new season of Doctor Who that we've had in a few years. It's Ncuti's first season, and it should be a hell of a ride.
Easter.
No, it's not Easter.
No.
It's actually going to be May, which is quite surprising. Usually, like, when it's in spring, it's around Easter.
Yeah.
Like, if we go to way back, back in day,
Back in day.
back in day when you had Doctor Who on every year, Though apparently we are going to get Doctor Who back on every year.
And we
Which is
also
great.
have Unleashed,
Yeah, we have Doctor Who Unleashed.
which is pretty great.
There's a ton of stuff that's been happening because of the 60th, but like even now, like they're still promoting the show now. Like they've advertised this Christmas special like weeks after it's aired, and it's done very well in the ratings and the views. I think it ended up with over 7 million in the end.
Nice.
Like I think on the night 4 million watched it, and then since then people have got it on catch up and iPlayer and all that stuff.
It's no longer fighting against Coronation Street.
I mean, who watches Coronation Street anymore?
Oh,
So
you might
shit.
upset some people saying that.
It's gone down the pan, that show.
Right,
I've
James.
not watched it in years.
Shall we,
We shall conclude because we've got a dog who wants our attention.
Hello, doggo.
Oh.
Oh.
For those of you who aren't aware, he's looking at us right now.
He's looking at my coffee. That's what he wants.
He's giving us the puppy dog eyes.
He wants Mama's coffee. Mama's
Yeah.
coffee. Oh, he's a good boy. Right, come on.
Right, I'm going to wrap this up now because we want the coffee. So if you're new to the channel, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for
Put the
more.
bell on.
Yeah, more cups of coffee. Stay tuned right here.
One more cup of coffee.
One more cup of coffee.
Oi,
Oh shit!
stop.
It's going everywhere.
Stop.
Oh no!
Stop
no,
bonking the table.
No!
He's boofing it with his boofaloof nose.
Ruined. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you later, guys.